Hey everyone, today we're diving into Saya's wild study adventure. Are you ready to laugh? If you're a fan of good-looking guys, check out Seigoku University. It's a world-renowned research institution and Japan's oldest university. Upon hearing handsome guys, Saya was immediately charmed, wrote Seigoku University on her form, and hurried home to tell her mom. Mom was thrilled, finally realizing her daughter is chasing her dreams. But Dad was skeptical, thinking it's a pipe dream for his daughter to get into that school in 2 years flat, and made it clear he wouldn't spend a dime on her. Ever since little brother appeared, Dad's all about him becoming a pro baseball player. Maybe he's just trying to prove a point. Surprisingly, Saya really started studying, but after years of no books, her brain was a bit rusty. Learning was a real challenge. She had to start from 4th grade material, but worse, she forgot basic stuff. Harata asked her to draw a map. The goal was to help her understand geography, but Saya just drew a golden circle. And it gets crazier, Saya couldn't even point north. Seeing this, Harata knew she had to step in. Back home, she felt a thunderbolt. Her sister knew directions, while she was lost. This comparison made her feel super down, so she decided to call her friends for a freedom day. Saya didn't forget about studying completely. After all, study and fun can coexist. During the party, she was laughing and doing homework, trying to find the joy in learning while living it up. When she grabbed the mic to sing, her friend noticed her notes detailed and all over, showing this time she meant business. She really wanted to change herself, biking into the sunrise, repeating her English words like a goddess of dawn. Her shadow in the morning light looked extra determined, her voice filled with hope and strength. After a suspension, Saya returned to school, her schedule packed tight. Even her sleep got cut to the bone as she was practically a zombie. This high-intensity study plan had her dozing off in class, and the teacher thought she was back to her old slacking off days. So the teacher offered her a chance to get a recommendation letter if she shaped up, but Saya firmly declared she was aiming for Qingning University. This goal had everyone laughing, and facing the teacher's sarcasm and classmates' chuckles, Saya decided to prove them wrong with action. She bet with the teacher, saying learning doesn't get easier just because the dream is big. Mountains won't shrink because of ambitions. Ever since, Saya was always the first one at tutoring class, but despite her efforts, her grades didn't budge much. To motivate Saya to hit her study goals, Harata introduced the youth makeup removal game. If she didn't answer in time, Harata would remove her eyelashes. This quirky punishment brought Saya instant stress. She thought the rules were a bit even with correct answers, there was no reward. So Harata adjusted the rules for fairness. She promised if Saya scored 100 in English, she'd show everyone her cool pictures from back in the day. This promise immediately sparked Saya's interest, and she doubled down on studying English, eventually acing the test. Harata kept her promise and showed her young photos, where she had long flowing hair and a youthful smile. Far from the expected handsome look, it resembled that Irishame style. The teasing made her reminisce. She was once called a slacker too, but she faced her struggles with a can-do spirit. Once she hit the job market, she thought it was just a part-time gig, but she realized adjusting teaching methods for every student was her real. The principal saw her talent and even took out loans to keep the school running. She was determined to nurture outstanding students to repay that trust. One day, the tutorial class welcomed another troubled student. Her name was IOC. Subtitles: IOC was always completely immersed in the world of video games, and her family, coming from a lineage of 3 generations of lawyers, was doing everything possible to prevent her from giving up on herself. Her parents worried she'd leave the family legacy in the dust, so they wanted her to go to law school, but her mom insisted. Her mom's strict learning demands were driving her to escape into gaming every day. As long as she wants to do it, she can, was all Harata could say. If she succeeds, it's justified. If not, please don't let her be remembered as a failure. What could the teacher do? But Harata, with her smarts, managed to keep the student enrolled. One day, when Saya and a male classmate were on their way to school for their shift, they unexpectedly noticed that their homeroom teacher had come to seek out Harata. Driven by curiosity, They quietly trailed behind and overheard a truly astonishing conversation. The homeroom teacher was urging Ms. Perrotta to give up on them, claiming Saya was a slacker who'd never get into Qingning. Ms. Perrotta believed no student is hopeless, only teachers teach poorly, and Saya had boundless potential. The teacher scoffed, mocking Ms. Perrotta for being a pitiful teacher, saying Saya wasn't worth her effort, joking that Ms. Perrotta was just a tutor who should give up the saving people complex and respect others' fates. She left with a smirk. Eavesdropping. Tears welled up in Saya's eyes. Both girls silently vowed to prove themselves with great results. But now, Saya, who had been doing exceptionally well in English, found herself completely at a loss regarding historical knowledge. To help Saya grasp history more easily, Ms. Perrotta brought in a stack of comic books about history. But even so, Saya struggled to get it right. So Ms. Perrotta decided to privately invite Saya's mom to discuss the situation.